So here we are at beautiful venue, the Lynn Museum. I think everybody would have to say that this is probably one of the premier locations to have an event. We're really delighted to be here tonight to celebrate 40 years as a human service agency in the city of Lynn and the surrounding communities. As we go through the 40 years, a lot of things have happened. We're going to kind of get into that a little bit, but before we do that, I'd like to get greetings from the city, and I'd like to ask Dan Cahill, as the president of the city council, and as you're also a state rep.
A couple things.
Yeah.
Just keep on adding titles.
And he's in our district as a state rep as well, and he's going to say a few words on behalf of the city.
We want to thank you and welcome you all to this great event here tonight. Congratulations to GLSS, 40 years old. You do not qualify for a senior discount at McDonald's, which is a little ironic. But the type of work that you do on a daily basis, I mean, we're working in conjunction with our senior center, with our council on aging, and all the new types of programs and services that you provide. GLSS has just become such an important piece of the fabric of the community in Lynn. And I got to tell you, as someone who visits the senior center and goes through some of your programs, the folks down there, it's a very special place. They're so happy to be part of a smaller community of seniors down there. And it's just so nice to see some of the things that Paul and his staff are doing that are really integrating health and really making a difference in the lives of so many people, and we're so blessed to have them here in the downtown in the city of Lynn. So on behalf of everyone, all 92,000 plus, we want to thank you. We want to wish you a happy birthday, and we hope for 40 more and then beyond. Thank you. And since I'll get this all done at once, I know some other folks have some citations, but we also have a citation on behalf of the City Council of the City of Lynn, and also the House of Representatives in recognition of today's event. So Paul, again, thank you very much on behalf of the Commonwealth as well.
Thanks, Dan. I really appreciate the citations. I'll put them with the other 700 that I have. Just kidding.
Tough crowd.
No, you know, that really does mean a lot. I've often joked about it when I was on the city council. We used to give out between 15 and 30 of them every Tuesday night, and after a while they get a little thin. But
this is the only one tonight.
Yeah, these are great, and I really appreciate it. But on a serious note, Dan has been truly a remarkable elected official, in my view, both on the city level and now as he moves into the state level, and we're really looking forward to the good work that he's going to do over the years. So thank you for that, Dan. We have I'd like to also bring up Senator Tom McGee, who's going to bring greetings on behalf of the state delegation. So Tom.
I also have a citation here, Paul, in case you wonder.
701!
But I did get to sign it, so you get my signature. How's that? It's great to be here. 40 years. I think this says it all, not only the employees that work today, but the employees over 40 years that really made a commitment to making a better community and making a difference in this community. That's what GLSS is all about, making sure that people have the resources that they need, and you continue to provide those resources, whether it be the programs and services that at the location, whether it be the ride that GLSS has stepped up and been a big part of. It's great to have this celebration and recognize what an important part of this community this organization is, the people that are part of it, and the people that get served that really changes their lives every day. So congratulations to everyone that is part of making a difference in people's lives every day. I'm happy to be here as part of the state delegation, bring the greetings of the state delegation, Paul, to you and the agency and all the great work you do with Donna Wong and Danny Cahill and Brendan Crichton. We've got a great delegation from Lynn, and we work together with you to ensure that that your mission continues to be a mission we all can support, and we're there for you, and we continue to work with you to make sure that the services that you continue to provide are the best in the Commonwealth, and I know that that's your goal, and you continue to do a great job. So congratulations to everyone. Congratulations to the people that are here, and Paul, congratulations on the great work that everyone does at GLSS.
So, you know, there's quite a few people here, and there's a lot of people that I want to thank, and I'm sure I'm going to miss somebody, but there are a few people, organizations, and so forth that I wanted to acknowledge. First of all, the Board of Directors for Greater Lynn Senior Services. There are a number of them here, most notably the Board President, John Baker. John, thank you very much. There he is, he's over there. And the Councils on Aging. For you folks in Lynn, maybe you weren't aware of this, but we certainly a lot of our work is done in Lynn, but it's also done in Nahant, Swampscott, Linfield, and Saugus. And we are supported, and we support the Councils on Aging in all 5 communities. And for all of the members of the Councils on Aging in all 4 communities, as well as Lynn and the executive directors who are here, I thank you all very much for your support in helping to make the work that GLSS does very important to the lives of the people in your community. So thank you to the Councils on Aging and their respective board members. Also there's a number of my staff. I mean, I have a remarkable staff. I've been the director at GLSS for 7 years, and I have to say that if it wasn't for my staff, that I would fumble and fall left and right. They keep me up, they keep me going, they keep the organization humming right along. They do all the fine work that makes things happen. And I joke about this a lot, but it really is true. Most of the time, I just get out of the way and let them do their job, and that's so let's give a round of applause to my staff also. Well, I'd also like to recognize Drew Russo and the staff of the museum. What a great venue, as I said earlier. You know, Joe Cahill, I'm sorry, where is he? Joe, where are you? Joe Scanlon and Steve Babbitt, perennial participants in the work that goes on here. You do great work at the museum, and I thank you for all that you do, and thanks for allowing us to come here tonight. I'd like to make a special announcement. I'm sure he's going to get mad at me for doing this, but Charlie Gator's in the room. Charlie, where are you? Charlie's back. Good to have you back, Charlie. I think everybody agrees with me on that. And you know, the thing about what makes the 40 years so special for us in Lynn is the community that we're in, and all the partnerships and collaborations that exist here in Lynn and so forth. And I just wanted to, I'm going to recognize the agencies that have been so critical to the role that we play. We work collaboratively with them. They help us, we help them. It's back and forth, and it goes on, and it will continue in the future. So I just wanted to point out, you know, the Lynn Housing Authority, Element Care, the Lynn Community Health Center, Bridgewell, Project Cope, Greater North Shore Link, Elliott Mental Health Services. And here's something that, you know, may not expect to hear. It's not an agency. It's the Lynn Police. It's the Lynn Fire. It's the Lynn DPW doing work with us all the time, helping us in a lot of different ways. We help them. They help us. Certainly the mayor's office is critical. In fact, they made sure that you had plenty of parking here today, although I wonder if we ended up having enough for so many people here. But anyway, the mayor's office has been very supportive. The YMCA, and by the way, there's a number of, and I'm not going to go in and name the organizations, but a number of provider organizations that are providing the direct services, that are going into the homes and providing the services for our consumers day in and day out. And by the way, we serve over 3,000 consumers a day. So for all the direct service providers, thank you. I also wanted to point out that we have some really cool collaborations that we engage with North Shore Community College, Lynn Tech, and Lynn English High School. All 3 of those educational institutions play a critical role in the work we're doing at GLSS, whether it's coming down and volunteering in the senior center, acting as interns in our organization as they study in social work, or the co-op program where we get the Lynn Tech students. They come in and get jobs in our maintenance department and so forth. So kudos to all of those educational institutions for the help. North Shore Medical Center, North Shore Physicians Group, the Washington Square residents, my brother's table, the Lynn Shelter Association, the District Attorney John Blodgett's office, and Congressman Seth Moulton's office. Every one of you regularly are involved in the things that we're doing and help us out in a myriad of ways. And for that, I really appreciate it. And at GLSS, we really appreciate everything that you do. So that's the thank yous. I just need maybe 5 more minutes of your time. I just wanted to kind of run through the past and the present and the future. If you can just have patience with me. Yes, this is our 40th anniversary celebration. And I'd like to wax poetic and be nostalgic about all the things that have gone on in the past. And so in doing that, let's look at the timeline. Back in 1976, our country had just turned 200. The stock market was at an all-time high of 1,000. I was 17 years old. I was a junior in high school. I had long, red, curly hair, and I weighed 150 pounds soaking wet. So that's what 40 years ago looked like, right? So back then, our mission was to help elders maintain their independence safely and with dignity, and to live in the community setting of their choice. And we did that. We did that with about 25 people, serving about 200 people a day. Today, we have almost 700 employees, and we service almost 6,000 people a day. It's a remarkable evolution. We've come a long way. I don't know what the math is, but from 25 to 700 is a pretty big jump. I'd like to just talk a little bit about why that happened. In 1982, GLSS made a very important decision in its history. It hired a guy by the name of Vince LeQuy. He was hired as the executive director of Greater Lynn Senior Services. His wife, Kathy, is here tonight. Kathy? Say hello to Kathy. Vince was a visionary. He saw things that most people couldn't see. He recognized the importance of transportation in keeping people living in the community. So he got involved in transportation. He recognized the importance of managed care organizations, so he helped create the concept known now as PACE and SCO. He was critical to those things. PACE and SCO turned into what we all know and refer to as Element Care now, a huge organization that serves many people on a managed basis and does great work in the city of Lynn. And I'm proud to have them as a sister agency. In addition to the transportation, if you go back to 1993 when GLSS first got a contract with the MBTA, we had 9 vehicles and 8 part-time drivers. Now we have 306 vehicles and 400 drivers. And it's just amazing how things have grown. We became an ASAP in '97. We have put in a homeless breakfast program. These are things that nobody else has in the community. We have a mobile mental health program that is second to none. We have, believe it or not, anybody who has seen the senior center, they know it's right in the first floor of our building. People don't realize this, but it's the only senior center in the state of Massachusetts that is co-located with an aging service access point. And what does that mean? That means we have an opportunity to go where the people are, to be in the community with them, and make a difference in their lives on a daily basis, not just by being in an office and calling them. We can go and see them. And a lot of the staff that are here today, I know that they do that each and every day and really enjoy that fact. A lot of things have happened over the 40 years. It's been a rather remarkable time. But I'd just like to go back to 1976 because something that happened back then has helped to drive my philosophy and the way we move forward. In 1976, a company called Apple was formed. Their idea was to think differently. What they did is something that a lot of companies don't do. Their success is largely attributable to not what they sell, but why they sell it. Where's the passion? What do they do and why do they do it? And I like to think that we at GLSS think about the why of what we do each and every day, and we really think about things in a rational way. I'm passionate about what we do at GLSS. Some people may think that it's somewhat crazy the way I behave, but I think differently. It's important you understand why we do these things. We do these things because we want to help. We want to have a positive impact and impression on the people that we're dealing with each and every day. We do these things because it just feels right. To me, this is uncommon thinking at a time when we need a fundamental shift in how we address health issues. I believe that we need to upset the status quo. We need to shift the thinking of everyone. Now, we all need to recognize the individual role of the individual's role in supporting themselves, and we have to move away from the idea of telling people what to do. So we want to recognize the individual's right to self-determination. It's a social compact here. They need to be responsible for their actions, and we have a responsibility to help them when we can. To do that, consumers need to be producers of their own health. We as a society need to recognize that health happens in the community. And we can't just inform people, we need to inspire them. We need ideas like health centers without walls. We need to find people where they live. We need to have a population health perspective, and we need to address the social determinants of health each and every day. These are the kinds of things that will fundamentally transform the way we deliver health care as we go forward. All these things that I've said, they may appear like a bumper sticker slogan, but when you dig deeper, you find the real substance of what we do and why we do it. Our vision has evolved. We now say that we focus on community livability and healthy living for all. We are partners and we're collaborators in a very true sense of the word, but we need to be more than that. But we need to be a catalyst. We need to make substantive improvements in the lives of people we serve. In conclusion, let me just say this. We are 40 years old. In biblical terms, 40 represents a generation, maturity, a time to move on. It is said to be a period of testing, trial, or probation. Let it be said that the testing has been done. The trial is over. Our probation has ended. We are ready to move on to a decidedly new way of thinking. We are 40, and we are thinking differently. Please join us. Thank you.